Good evening. Thanks for joining in for Bedtime Yoga. I'm Heather, and I'm happy to offer you a class you can do suitable anytime in the evening, of course, or anytime you feel really tired and need to recharge your batteries, but optimal to do this class right before bed so that you're able to feel settled within your body and your mind and get a better night's sleep. So we're going to start tonight's class in a seated position. If you'd like, I always recommend to sit on something. So you can sit on a small pillow or cushion. You can sit on a block if you have a block. And we're just going to take a few moments here. We won't be here too long, but just to check in and to do a few breathing exercises to help you tune into yourself. You can close your eyes and just allow your body some time to relax. You're shifting your focus now from the outer world to the inner world, and we can watch the flow of the breath for the next few cycles. And as you watch your breath, you might already be helping your breath to slow down, to become more steady. Sink your breath all the way down and release it out. It's good to release your breath through your mouth a few times on the exhalation. So let's try that for 3 breaths, taking a slower, deeper breath in. And on the exhalation, release. Exhaling it out. We'll take 1 more breath like that. Or 2 more, I said. And releasing it all out. And 1 more. This is really helpful to help really unwind your body and release anything that's built up, any stress that's built up throughout the day. It's all coming out on the exhalation. And at the end of this breath, starting to do a bit of movement, of a rock from side to side in your upper body. And depending how today went for you, you might feel a lot of tightness and tension in your body. You're noticing that with a heightened sense of awareness here in our yoga practice. And that's really good, even though you might notice more. It's really good to be able to know what's going on. Let's do some slow circles. So even just a half circle now from side to side, rolling forward. And then we'll roll in the opposite direction. If your legs are starting to feel uncomfortable in this position, you can always stretch them out. You can always change your posture. And this time we'll come back to center, and then we'll place 1 hand down. We'll reach the other arm up. We'll come over for a side bend. And continue to help maintain that slow, steady rhythm to your breath. And let's lift on the inhale and stretch over on the exhale. And we'll do that 1 more time each side. Breath in, up. Breath out, coming over. and then releasing that. And we're going to slowly transition now to all fours, and we're going to do a few warm-ups there. So if you want to slowly move your legs to the side and then come over, and we're going to move through the hips, just side to side movements here, helping to loosen up through the back. You can also roll the hips in a circle. And again, we want to keep coming back to our breathing. And just rotating in the opposite direction. And then we'll slowly start to drop back a little bit. And if it's not comfortable to come right down with your hips towards your feet, coming into child's pose, you can always modify this one, sliding your arms forward a bit more, coming down just onto your elbows. And you can come back as much as it feels good to lower your head down to your mat. So find what works. This is also another really nice posture. But just giving you some ideas if you needed to modify. There's another position here if you do have a bolster handy. Child's pose is really nice on that bolster. And you can just let your body relax here. As you breathe, feeling your breath move into your back. Expanding your back with breath. As you exhale, feel your back release. And do that for a few more breaths. We're slowing things down so that everything about us can settle, unwind. Doing these postures and the breathing is a wonderful way to actually process and release anything that's happened throughout the day. So when you're ready, you can start to slide your hands underneath you if you're in that child's pose position. And come back onto your hands and knees for a moment. And we'll just move the hips a bit more from side to side, and then also forward and back. This time, as you bring your body forward, slowly look forward. And as you exhale, tuck your chin in, look towards your belly. And continue to flow here for the next few breaths. Inhaling forward with your gaze, exhaling towards your belly. And let's do that for 3 more breaths. And this time, as you inhale, come forward with your head looking forward. We're going to come up onto the fingertips a bit more. Let's turn the hands. We'll do one of 2 things. I'll give them a modification. You can either place your hands palms facing out on the mat. And if that doesn't feel right, there's obviously another way to do this. One at a time, you can bring your fingertips onto the other and just gently press back. Okay. And just continue to flow with your breath. Coming back to center, releasing. That's all. Come up to kneeling position. And take a few moments to rotate now through the wrists. Do some nice wrist circles. Switching direction. And then one more thing here from this tabletop position, we're going to come down again, and this time come into what's called the thread the needle pose. So if you take let's start with the left arm, just lifting it and out to the side. We're going to then slide it underneath, palm facing up towards the right until you can come down onto the left side of your shoulder there, the left side of your head. And just as you need to wiggle around a little bit to make it more comfortable. You can always do that. Close your eyes and go back to your breath, coming in and out. And where you feel your breath here in this pose. We'll hold for 2 more breaths. And then you can plant that right hand down, come back to center. And we're going to lift the other arm out to the side and then slide it through in the opposite direction. Palm facing up, come down, resting here. And I apologize, I forgot to show a modification. Sometimes like, oh, it's nice. If that doesn't work, you can always just take that arm across your body, use your other hand to support it in that position. So knowing that there's always a different way to do things. All right. So on your next breath in, slowly come back to center. And you might come back to the cat-cow, the one where you're looking forward and then looking in towards your belly. 2 more breaths. All right, then we're gonna come back down onto the seat just so that we can shift around a bit to come on to our back. So we're gonna just get anything we need to be comfortable on the back for the ending. If you want to use a blanket, if you might get a little cool. And you're probably set up already with your mat maybe on the floor, but I just want to let you know that at any time, if you want to, you can also try any of these postures from your actual bed, especially the ones we're going to do lying down. The floor is nice though too, even though it can feel kind of hard at first. Really helps to align your back. So as you come down onto your back, keep your knees bent to start. Rock your head a few times from side to side. And this time, as you turn your head one way, hold it there for a few breaths. Relax your jaw. Notice if your teeth are clenching together. And create space in your jaw by releasing your bottom jaw. And slowly come back to center with your head. Turn your head to the other side. Release your jaw here again. And then you can slowly come back to center. And then just trying to align your head the best you can, with your head feeling centered and the weight coming just lower down on the skull there, so that your neck can lengthen. We're going to bring the feet just a little bit closer in, and we'll do a few rounds of the bridge pose, and let's roll through it with the breath a few times. So if you're not sure how to do this one, plant your feet down, and naturally you'll feel like your hips want to lift up. So allow them to lift as high as comfortable, and then slowly roll back down. And just continue to flow here from your tailbone, sacral area, shifting the weight all the way up your back towards your shoulders and your head, and coming back down. Flowing with your breath on your inhale, coming up, and on your exhale, coming down. Let's do that for 3 more breaths. It's a wonderful way, again, to align your back. And it's actually helping to release tension through your back by doing that nice flowing movement, massaging through your back and creating more mobility for your spine. This time, if you have something beside you, you can use, it can be just a pillow, folded blanket, or if you have a bolster or some blocks. Let's come into the pose again, but this time we're going to place a little bit of support, whatever you've got handy, underneath. And I'm just going to try one block, see how that feels. And then I think it'll feel good to go a little bit higher. So you can come into the supported bridge. You may need to reposition your support a little bit, sliding it down or up, so that it feels good on your back. And see how that feels. If it feels comfortable, continue there for the next few breaths. If at any point you want to come out of it, please do. And if you still have support underneath, you can also try lifting. You can try one leg at a time, lifting one foot off the floor, bringing your knee in towards your chest. We'll try the other side. Keep breathing nice and slowly. Also try bringing both legs in. Not too far in towards the chest, just still resting your lower back, pelvis on the blocks. If you'd like to take it one step deeper, you can bring your legs up in the air. Again, you want to position any support so that it feels really comfortable. And if you need to realign, readjust the support, just to feel like this is very easy to do, to keep the legs up like this. We can also do this posture at the wall, and called Legs Up the Wall, aptly named. But it's really wonderful to do at the end of the day. It's one of the main nighttime rejuvenative postures, and it's really good to help release that or help stimulate this sluggishness in the legs and feet at the end of the day to improve the circulation. You can do a few rolls with your feet. And again, anytime you need to come out, you can come out really slowly. And if any of this is really new to you, yeah, just try it out. Try the posture out. You don't have to hold as long if this is something you've been doing for a while. Of course, you can hold longer, but every day is different. So checking in with your body to see what feels right. I'm going to slowly start to come off these blocks. So I'm going to do that one at a time. And when you're ready, pressing into the floor with your feet and slowly releasing that support. Feeling your back maybe a bit more connected now through your whole entire back. You can feel the back release and sink into the floor. And again, we're going to bring one leg in. This time, bring it in as much as you can towards your chest. You can hold on to that leg with your hands there. A few more ankle rolls. If you'd like to stretch out through the other leg, you can also stretch out through the other leg. Pull out through the heel gently through that side. And releasing that pose, but keeping the knee in, and we'll just roll through that leg, leg a few times right at the hip. Moving through. Opposite direction. And then you may wish to bring that leg across your body towards the other side just a little bit more. And you can also bring the leg back to center, and then with your hands supporting your leg, bring it out to the side just a little bit more, the other side, opening out to the side. Good. With your hands behind your leg, you can again lift up, straight up with that leg. If you need to, bend your knee and straighten again, just to alternate, helping to loosen that leg up a bit more. And then release that side. Slowly bringing the other leg in. You can support it with your hands, pushing, pulling that leg in. And you can stretch out through the other side. And you can keep your toes curled up on that side or pointing up. You can do a few more ankle rolls here. And move into the hip, circling through the hip. Opposite direction. And you can bring your opposite hand onto that leg and just pull it across for a moment, just a little bit. I'm not going too far. The hip stays down pretty much. And then with the other hand supporting the outside of the leg, you can open it out a little bit more in the other direction. And come back to center. This time, hands behind your leg, lifting up through the foot, stretching up to the heel. You can bend and straighten your leg. And then we'll do one more thing here with this knee in. We're gonna invite the other leg to come in as well. Do a little bit of rocking on your back from side to side. And then separating the knees a little bit, we're going to reach towards, as far as we can go, towards the feet or the ankles, gripping the holding onto the ankles there, and just pressing the feet a little closer together, knees wide. From here, you can keep the hold on your ankles or even grab around your big toes or the outside edge of your feet. Come into what's called the happy baby pose. Knees stay bent and wide, feet lift up. We'll stay for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then you can release through the left leg with the right foot. Let's bring it across onto the outer ankles, onto the front of that left thigh. Gently with your right hand, pressing a little bit into that inner thigh, pressing it away. Come right back to your breath. Everything that we do here, we just keep focusing on the breath, as well as the body sensations in this posture. From here, let's rock the legs a few times from side to side. You can let them drop as much as you want. If it feels good to let go right down to one side, feel free. Dropping the legs so that the legs release to one side. And this time, come back to center. If it feels right to go deeper with this stretch, keeping your ankle and your thigh, you can slide your hands behind your left knee, or you can place the belt, if you have a belt, behind this left knee and hold on to it. The belt can be an extension of your arms when it feels difficult to reach certain ways. So, and you can, if your legs are in, you can always press with your elbow against this inner thigh a little bit too. And stay here for 1 or 2 more breaths. Such a good one to release the hip. So when you're ready, you can slowly let go. And we'll release that leg. You can just lift it straight up if you'd like. Let it go down. Shake it out. Feel the hip release. And then we'll bring the foot to the floor again. This time to bring the left knee in, opposite leg. And we're going to place the ankle onto the front of the thigh. And right away, if you'd like to, you can use your left hand against the left leg, gently push. And you're helping your breath slow down.
really helping to activate the relaxation response. The slow movements and slow breaths. And from here, if you'd like to rock the legs a few times from side to side, you decide how far you want to go with that movement. That's it. A few more times. And then coming back to center, and if you'd like, as you center your body here, you can go deeper, placing your hands or about behind your right knee. You can gently press your arm, if it's there, against your leg. You can gently press into the leg. We'll pause here. Slow, steady breath in. A slow, steady breath out. One more breath like that. And then you can release. And let that leg lift up, straight up towards the ceiling for a moment. Circle the foot. And you can bring it down. Bring both legs down, straightening them out just for a few breaths. Tuning into how your legs are feeling. If you'd like to, you can bring your feet together for a moment with your knees wide apart. And just check in if you can be in this position with your lower back completely into the floor. If not, you can also try here to press the outer edges of your feet into your mat a little bit more. Helps to push down with the lower back. We don't have to hold it like that, but it just helps to find that length and that connection in the lower back. And then you can soften again. Two more breaths here. And with your hands on the outsides of your legs, you can slowly, we're going to clamshell them back together. And bring your feet in again with your knees bent. And we'll do not the bridge lift where we're actually lifting the hips up off the floor, but just a little movement back and forth with your hips or with your pelvis. So legs stay as they are. Let the belly and the lower back lift a little bit, but the tip of your tailbone stays down. And then bring your belly in and feel your lower back flatten. We'll do that a couple more times, this time with breath. So as you inhale, your belly lifts. And as you exhale, you're sinking your belly in. You can plant your feet down in that position too. And this time at the end of your inhalation, come back to center. We'll rock through the legs a few more times. So this time with your feet on the floor, both feet. Feet can be as close together or as wide apart as you'd like. It doesn't matter. But just rocking a bit from side to side. From here, you can stretch your arms out, shoulders down. You can turn your head in the opposite direction that your legs are going. And this time, as you drop your legs to one side, if you'll put a block underneath, which is really nice, just to help the legs relax a bit more. You can turn your head away from the direction of your legs, shoulders down. This will be our last pose before Shavasana. So just let your body settle here. Feel your body release deeper into the pose, the longer that you're in it. And the next time you inhale, come back to center slowly and shifting the legs to the other side. Take a nice long breath in and an even longer breath out. Feel your body release each time you exhale. Breathing in to sink the breath down into your body. Breathing out to release. Stay here for about 3 more breaths. And breathe in, notice what part of your body widens and opens with your breath. And as you breathe out, feel what part of your body releases. Next breath in, we're going to slowly return back to center. Just shift anything you don't need now to the side. And we're going to get ready for our relaxation position. Again, support can be really nice. It feels really nice to take a bolster or something, a cushion, some blocks underneath the legs, and it helps. That just really helps to settle the lower back. So, and I'm also going to cover up because I'm getting cold from being on the floor that long. So you might want to too. Now, that being said, if you know you're ready for bed and you know that you could just drift off, often we would at this time of night, with this relaxation pose, feel free, especially if you're watching the video, you have the ability, you can pause the video or just shut it off completely too, so that you can go right to bed. But if you're not sure how to do Shavasana in bed, it's nice to follow me, get an idea of it the first time. But You might want to just sneak right into bed after this. So making yourself really comfortable. You might even want to cover up your eyes. I find it very relaxing, even just to go to sleep like that with something over the eyes. I mean, it's going to fall off at some point. With an eye mask or pillow. It can really help to settle yourself, relax your eyes even deeper. And calm the mind. So your job right now is just to make yourself really comfortable. Shift around until you find that happy place where your body can just relax everywhere. And there's nothing you need to do now. The day's tasks are done. You usually would just maybe drift right off to sleep if you were doing this in bed, and that's okay. But it's also nice to go through the body first and have a look at where there might be some residual holding patterns. And with your attention, with your consciousness, you can help release that even more. Sometimes we go to bed with still a lot going on in our body, in our minds. So it's a wonderful way to start us off for sleep. Slowly take your awareness down from your head, the back of the head, the face, the jaw releases, teeth apart. Feel for a moment into the neck, the shoulders, the front and back, the right shoulder, down through your right arm, all the way to your hand, to your fingers, to your palm. And then left side, left arm, left shoulder, left arm, left hand, fingers, palm, wrist. Both arms together, feeling them into them simultaneously on both sides. Coming back up towards the top of your torso, chest, side ribs and back. Down a bit lower, feeling right through your entire torso. Is there anywhere you can soften a bit more? You let go of the tension in the torso, especially that inward tension around the belly. It frees up the space in order for your breath to open up to move deeper through your body with breath. Feeling into your hips, your pelvis, lower back, tailbone, the groin, and then the right hip, right through your upper leg, hamstrings, knee, shin and calf, ankle, right foot, sole, top, back of the foot, the toes, and then your whole leg there on the right side. The left side, the left hip, front, sides, and back. Down, thigh, hamstring, femur bone right in the inside, right to your knee. Right through to your lower leg, calf, shin, ankles. To your foot, front, sides, and back of your foot, bottom of your foot. Heel, toes, both feet. Both legs. And right through your upper body to see if you can start to feel almost your whole body all at once. And then releasing even your breath. So now, without control, my breath breathes me. I'm being breathed by my breath. And then starting to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Move slightly through your body just to bring you back or keep you in your body instead of drifting right off, unless you're ready to drift off. Take a deeper breath in. And lengthen out through your exhalation. And start to move and stretch however you'd like to. If you want to do movement for your ankles and your wrists. And start to bring yourself out of this position. Bring both knees in towards your chest. And it's totally on your own time when you feel ready to roll over. So take as long as you need to come up and out. I don't want to rush you if you're wanting to move slower. We'll just end our bedtime yoga here. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. Namaste. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. And we'll see you again soon.